Good evening, you're watching AWANI Tonight with me, Saraya Mia. One-way flight tickets from the peninsula to Sabah and Sarawak will be capped at 300 ringgit or lower for the Kaamatan and Hari Gawai festivals. Transport Minister Anthony Loke announced that almost 18,000 tickets will be offered at the special price by all domestic airlines during the festive season.
The discounted tickets would be applicable for the travel periods from May 27th to 29th for Sabah and May 29th to 31st for Sarawak. Loke said the government had agreed to subsidize the tickets to alleviate the financial burden on those who wish to return to their hometowns for festivities. He added that this initiative was part of a pilot project aimed at addressing the issue of expensive flight tickets during festive seasons. If the project proves successful, he said the results would be presented to the Cabinet for it to become an ongoing initiative.
The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, will take action against false advertisement on the resale of tickets to the concert of British band Coldplay. Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fazil says MCMC will work with social media platform operators to remove fraudulent postings. Accounts selling Coldplay concert tickets at exorbitant prices, reaching up to 43,200 ringgit, have gained widespread attention on social media. The accounts were allegedly operated by scammers. Fahmi said the government viewed the issue seriously and would take appropriate action against these scammers. He added that he would raise the resale of Coldplay tickets at inflated prices with the Domestic Trade and Cost of Living Ministry. Coldplay is scheduled to perform at the Bukit Jalil National Stadium on November 22nd, marking their first concert in Malaysia. The tickets, originally priced from 228 ringgit to 3,088 ringgit, were previously sold out within 3 hours. The Selangor government's initiative to channel raw water to treatment plants in the state will begin in stages from October. Selangor Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Amiruddin Shahri says the Raw Water Guarantee Scheme SJAM aims to ensure no disruption to water treatment plants, even if water pollution is detected at the source. He said the raw water pumping project from reservoirs in Sungai Selangor and Sungai Semenyih was currently 51% complete and will be fully operational early next year. Amiruddin said if raw water pollution occurs in these two rivers, water treatment plants such as Rantau Panjang, SSP 1, 2 and 3 and Semenyih can continue supplying water to consumers without being affected by the pollution. This is achieved by diverting the polluted water and preventing it from entering the treatment plants. According to Amiruddin, incidents of water pollution has affected 1.6 million Air Selangor customers over the past few years. An integrated system between the National Registration Department, NRD, and the police is being developed to expedite the citizenship application process. NRD Director General Zamri Misman said, with the integration in place, the screening and review of citizenship applications could all be done online.
Zamri said the system is expected to launch in October. Once in place, he said the screening process would be reduced from 53 days to 5 working days. Meanwhile, for problematic applications, Zamri said the process could be reduced from 73 days to 14 working days. He added the department aimed to make decisions on 3,000 applications by the end of the year. Separately, Zamri said beginning next month, those who have applied to relinquish their citizenship would also be able to check the status of their applications online.
Following its display of solidarity at the Unity Government National Convention over the weekend, is the coalition administration prepared to face the opposition in the upcoming 6 state elections? Political analyst Dr. Oe Sun assesses the coalition's prospects of achieving victory.
I think the Unity Coalition is patently not ready in facing off the Green Wave's challenge in the upcoming state elections. This is because I think there's an increasing number, growing trends of increasingly religiously inspired voters who might want to see a more religious outlook for the country and for the society, and therefore they will vote in those parties or coalition which in their mind would of course uphold religiously inspired principles in performing their ruling power. And the unity government, unfortunately, I think in the minds of these voters, which are increasing in their numbers, is not performing well on this score.
Oh also discussed the main challenge the government may encounter when going up against the opposition.
In order to successfully face off the green wave, the unity government would need to buttress its religious credentials. But if it does so, it may lose the support of those who are more progressive-minded. It's basic support base, essentially. So it is placed in a dilemma whether to reach out to those conservative supporters or to remain as is and retain its own support base.
We'll be right back after the break.
Identiti mayat tersebut ialah Dr. Aiman bin Yusof.
Aiman rogol 35 orang perempuan termasuklah saya.
Lara hilang Sabah. Siapa pun menjadi pembunuh, Pak Cik. Kami ada waran untuk geledah rumah Puan.
Liar. Two sides, one truth.
Engkau adalah yang terunggul. Apabila kau hidup untuk detik gemilang ni, kau sedia untuk menggalah segala bebanan dan bertekad untuk menjadi harapan untuk semua.
The leader of Thailand's progressive Move Forward Party, Pita Limcharoenrat, is confident he can gain additional support from rivals to back his alliance and form a government. His party has now formed an alliance with 8 other parties that hold 313 of the 500 lower house seats, but still no guarantees they can successfully form a government.
The 8-party alliance includes Move Forward, Thai, Kerajaan, Thai Liberal Party, Thai Sang Thai, Fair Party, Palang Sungkom Mai, and Pheu Thai Lumplang. Overnight, the alliance added 2 more members in 3 seats, but it is still short of the 376 votes needed from the 750-member 2-chambered assembly to vote a new prime minister. Pita's main challenge lies in winning votes from the 250 junta-appointed members of the Upper House Senate. Move Forward surprisingly won the most seats in last Sunday's general election after capitalizing on youth support. However, analysts believe the Progressive Party's stance on some issues, such as reforming the lease majesty law and addressing business monopolies, could complicate its bid to govern.
Investors brace themselves for political uncertainty after Thailand's opposition secured a stunning election win on Sunday. If a stable coalition government is formed, analyst from Thammasat University, Dr. Virat Ali, says local businesses are hopeful it would restore the country's position in the global market.
The private sectors are quite happy with policy sets that has been promoted both by the Move Forward Party and the Pheu Thai Party, but they're still a bit uncertain about what's going to happen. So that is why the stock market has been reflected quite badly. But anyhow, if the government goes through, the coalition goes through, then there might be a lot of, I think their policies has been focusing on opening up more into the global market. They would wish to move forward with all the FTAs, which has been, unfreeze, like Thai EU agreement, or maybe the idea of going into CPTPP, or even the free trade agreement with the United States, which has been on hold for so many years. These 2 parties have policies to engage further. and find more opportunities to expand our export.
In other news, New Zealand police have recovered the first 2 bodies from the Loafers Lodge hostel in Wellington, which was engulfed in a fire on Tuesday. Authorities suspect arson as the cause of the fire and have opened a homicide inquiry.
Authorities say they expect to be able to bring out another 2 bodies on Friday. The blaze broke out on the top floor of the hostel in the early hours of Tuesday, killing at least 6 people. Significant structural damage has hampered efforts to access the building. The final death toll is still unknown, and authorities estimate that up to 20 people are still missing.
Meanwhile, at least 9 people have been killed by heavy flooding and mudslides in the northern Italian region of Emilia-Romagna, with more than 13,000 residents forced to evacuate. 14 rivers had burst their banks in the region, forcing people to climb onto the roof of their buildings to escape incoming water.
Authorities said flooding had hit 37 towns and communities, with around 120 landslides registered. The region is now under a red alert, the highest level of warning for life-threatening weather events. Further rain is expected in the region over the coming days, with authorities warning that some areas had received half their average annual rainfall in just 36 hours. It was the second time this month that Emilia-Romagna has been battered by bad weather, with at least 2 people dying during storms at the beginning of May. The Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix scheduled for this weekend has also been cancelled and the site evacuated. The torrential rains come after months of drought that dried out the land, which meteorologists say has reduced its capacity to absorb water, worsening the floods.
Montana is set to become the first U.S. state to ban the media giant TikTok from personal devices. Governor Greg Gianforte signed the ban into law on Wednesday, and it will take effect on January 1st.
Last month, lawmakers in Montana passed a bill banning TikTok on personal devices by a vote of 54 to 43. The law will make it illegal for app stores to offer TikTok, but does not ban people who already have TikTok from using it. Montana, which has a population of just over 1 million, has already banned the app on government devices last December. TikTok is expected to challenge the legislation in court, claiming that it infringes on the First Amendment rights of the people of Montana and its hundreds of thousands of users. The video sharing platform has come under scrutiny from authorities around the world over concerns that user data could be passed to the Chinese government. TikTok is owned by ByteDance, a Chinese company. In March, TikTok CEO Shou Ziqiu faced questioning from a congressional committee over the Chinese government's accessibility to the app, after the US government suggested that the Chinese owners sell TikTok or face a potential ban in the country.
That wraps up AWANI Tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm Saraya Mia, and we'll see you soon.